Blame Truth here, and let's just get this out of the way. Let's just get it out of the way. Oh, yeah. Got me a nice local brew here. It's a salted lager. And I think it's going to suit me pretty well because I am one salty individual. If you guys could, though, do me a huge solid and drop a like on this video for the classic 2011 Prime Xbox 360 era gameplay that I unearthed for you all. I would appreciate it. Drop a support comment as well. Maybe this video was amazing, learned a lot. Maybe something about super big, powerful accuracy. Whatever you want to do to support the video, I would appreciate it because we have a doozy of a news day today, but nobody's really talking about it because it's being done under the table. But you can't pull one over on me. You can't sneak one past me. I am all ears. I am all eyes. And I have the energy of an 80s pro wrestler that's just done a bunch of fucking cocaine. And I'm not talking that cheap stuff. I'm talking the good stuff. The Macho Man Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan stash, if you know what I mean. So, without further ado, let's get right on in to the meat and potatoes here because, viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So where do I even begin here? A few months ago, when Battlefield 6 was new and everyone didn't leave in droves yet, I covered how Activision was seemingly copyright striking Portal creators and Battlefield 6 itself under the table. This isn't some publicized thing. This isn't like some big lawsuit thing, but Activision was doing that. They were taking out zombies content as it pertained to Battlefield 6 Portal. So if you remade like zombies maps and stuff like that in Battlefield 6 Portal, Activision would cease and desist that and EA would take your shit away, basically. So I thought that with time, maybe it would get better, but we've seen Call of Duty maps being cease and desisted. Like, Activision's lawyers are all over Battlefield 6 Portal. And it's partly the reason I think that Battlefield 6 is doing so poorly is because Portal's just been a colossal fucking failure. Everything from Battlefield 6 and EA has been so horribly mismanaged, and what I'm about to show you can't be helping. It is so petty, and I thought this would get better after that video I made exposing the issue. That video got 220,000 views, but like people forget, I don't know what it is, man. People cannot just get on board and hold these shitty fucking companies accountable. Like, can we focus? Can we put down our phone and stop doom scrolling for a fucking second and focus on fixing this shit? Believe it or not, you guys have the power. You're the consumer. I'm the consumer. Can we band together and be like, this is not okay. This hurts us, the fucking gamer. What am I talking about? Well, check this out. This is from Reddit, and not only has it not gotten better from when I made that video a few months ago, it's gotten fucking worse. Look at this. So this is from the Battlefield subreddit. Screw Activision and screw EA for not fighting this. BF6 Zombies is dead. Let's actually take a look at what they're saying here, okay? It looks like your EA account has broken the rules in our rules of conduct while creating an experience for Battlefield 6. This is a warning. Battlefield Portal is all about your creativity, and we encourage our community to explore new and interesting ideas on the platform. We have disabled the Portal experience you created after receiving an IP notice from Activision Publishing, Inc. To avoid further actions against your EA account, please ensure that the new Portal experiences you create incorporate only your original work. What in the fuck is this shit? Like, in what fucking way? Like, how is it legally possible that Activision Blizzard can copyright, like, gameplay elements? I just don't understand it. And this was the point that this person brought up when they got, cease and desisted by Activision back in that original video. I'll leave that video at the end of this one if you guys want to check it out. It'll be on the end screen or whatever. But, like, dude, how in the hell can you copyright the idea of round-based zombies or the general geometry of a multiplayer map? I can't believe how fucking petty Activision is, but as bad as this is, it actually gets worse. We're going to cover the comments for this, but I'm also going to cover something that I knew Activision would bust EA on as it pertains to Battlefield. And make no mistake here, Battlefield 6 is just Call of Duty Jr., the amount of stuff they have stolen and ripped off from Call of Duty. So it's not even like it's not deserved. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And it's depressing. Honestly, it's depressing. Which is a good segue into this. So it's 2026, the new year, and as we progress into the future, things are getting a little scary, and we can't be afraid to ask for help. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit or you just have commitment issues as well. You only get one brain. Make sure you're taking care of it, guys. So guys, click the link in the video description or go to betterhelp.com/codfather and get 10% off your first month of therapy. As an introvert, BetterHelp has been an oasis in a desert for me. Check it out, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. Make sure you're taking care of your brain. You only get one of them. So my brain, unfortunately, has to read this stuff. This is the comments on that thread in relation to the whole takedown of the Portal experience. Unfortunately, EA killed Portal from day one. No creators want to put in the effort when EA will just wipe all your hard work from existence. No players want to play Portal modes because they're all dead and a pain in the ass to join. This guy says, gaming died in the boardroom. Creativity killed by lawyers. You paid for a game. Who's to say you can't build what you want? It's like Microsoft removing your Minecraft save because you built a trademarked building. Can map layouts be copyrighted? I would understand if it was a one-to-one copy, but surely the layout is fine. It probably can, considering it has to be modeled and rendered. I imagine it only covers one-to-one layouts, though. You could hack the second floor of Nocturne and Toten off and be fine. Layouts cannot be copyrighted. Valve would have a field day if they could be. Almost every shooter with custom maps has some sort of Dust 2 variation. This is an empty threat from Activision, and EA caved. Neither the gameplay mechanics nor the map layout itself can be copyrighted. So if you want more reason, if you want to point fingers at who to blame here, you could point them at Activision Blizzard, but in reality, it's EA being giant fucking pussies. Why would you be caving on this, but then rip off Call of Duty's mechanics, monetization formulas, what have you, to a T? I mean, we covered that in a video as well about how Battlefield 6, after Season 1 launched, just turned into Call of Duty Jr. Everything is identical to, like, the monetization models and the way they go about things. It's fucking identical. The weapon blueprints, the store, the limited time events that no one fucking likes, the stupid BR. Like, dude, it's insane to me how much they have stolen, and yet this is what Activision chooses to go after, which doesn't make any sense. You know what? Let me calm down and take a swig of beer here real quick, because it's about to get a lot crazier. Now, I think this is unjust. I do. But what I don't think is unjust is them ripping off Call of Duty Ghosts to a T. So as I call in this Moab, get ready to see an actual takedown that makes sense. Check this out. So viewer, what you are looking at is a snippet from the patch notes for the next Battlefield update. The bit highlighted in green here from the Twitter account Detonated just says it all. Updated the Objective Ace and Winter Warning cosmetics to better align with Battlefield's visual identity. Now, what in the fuck does that mean? When I saw it, I'm like, huh, that's odd. And I go and I look up the Objective Ace bundle, and wouldn't you know it, it is this skin that got so much flack for ripping off Call of Duty Ghosts to a motherfucking T. I don't know why this guy has like panties, underwear pasted on his chest. I don't know who's designing the skins in Battlefield, but they're kind of missing the mark, if I can be so bold. But at the same time, I'm sick of just the content in the game being something else you have to fucking buy. Can I segue real quick and just get an amen there? Like, why is the content either something returning that was taken away for no reason, or something else you have to fucking purchase in your $70 game? But I digress. This being changed says a lot, because while they're not saying it outright, guys, what they are doing is they are changing this because Activision most likely sent them a cease and desist behind the scenes. There's no real reason to change this that I can see other than the fact that they got busted. And this isn't something that's going to be public. As you can see, you only really know when Activision is doing this if you get emailed. So Activision probably is watching EA like a hawk and looking for every excuse in the book to cease and desist and send copyright notices to EA. And here's the thing, man. I seriously think that Activision has a lot of things they could legitimately sue Battlefield over. I'm not kidding with that. We covered it in a video where I showed another YouTuber going over every single thing that Battlefield 6 has copied verbatim from Call of Duty, and it's insane. He even said in that video he strongly believes that Activision has a case for just straight up copyright infringement with Battlefield 6, and I am not one to disagree in the slightest. He actually made a follow-up video to that video, and I want to highlight just a small clip from his vid. Check this out.
Some argue that EA emulating Call of Duty has led to Battlefield 6 being the best-selling Battlefield game of all time. While that second part is true, I don't agree that it's because Battlefield copied Call of Duty per se. I really think it just comes down to the marketing campaign that EA pushed for Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 marketed itself as a spiritual successor to the days of Battlefield 3 and 4, and also as one of the only grounded AAA arcade military shooters available. They really led many Battlefield players and Call of Duty players to believe that Battlefield 6 would be the game that harkened back to the glory days of arcade military shooters from the mid-2000s and early 2010s. From the marketing content, trailers, and developer communication, it seemed like Battlefield was finally giving fans what they wanted, which now included some old school Call of Duty players looking for the same vibe that they got from Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops back in the day. Many of us thought that EA might have actually finally gotten it after so many failures, and were poised to deliver what fans had been asking for ever since Battlefield and Call of Duty started going in these directions a few years ago. After Battlefield 6 released, I know I and many other players felt misled in many ways. While Battlefield 6 is a fun game, they unfortunately included many of the same pitfalls that modern Call of Duty has, instead of delivering the antithesis to what modern Call of Duty has become. While yes, they did sell a lot of copies, this feeling of being rug pulled certainly has contributed to Battlefield's poor player retention. It isn't just that there aren't enough maps. There are problems in each of these key areas that has led to a bad taste for many players. I think both Activision and EA underestimate the amount of players that are craving a grounded AAA military shooter with believable movement and cosmetics. Both Battlefield and Call of Duty used to deliver these very games back in the day, but have gotten away from that. EA seems to think that modern Call of Duty's design is what made them successful, when in fact these very features are contributing to Call of Duty's decline instead. I believe this is why Battlefield 6 was such a success, as players believed that Battlefield 6 was going to be a return to that form of old. Unfortunately, this does not appear to be the case. Battlefield 6 is still in its early life, and I do agree that it is a fun game with potential, but EA really needs to reevaluate what players actually want from Battlefield.
And you know what? I completely agree with Swagulate yet again. He knows exactly what he's talking about. I bought Battlefield 6 because I thought they were going to do the opposite of Call of Duty. And then as soon as season 1 dropped, I see that they're just doing the exact same thing. I mean, in other ways too, they're doing the exact same thing. From the Hulu UI to the fact that there's not a server browser. Why is there no server browser? Yes, the matchmaking is head and shoulders better than Call of Duty's rigged bullshit, but at the same time, why am I matchmaking in this game if there's no SBMM? Why are the lobbies disbanding in this game if there's no SBMM? It's the same fucking shit. Anyway, guys, I would kill for just Modern Warfare 3 again. Can we just stop with this gross monetization in these full-priced games? A team, I'm telling you right now, a small team, like the old Call of Duty dev teams of yesteryear, of a couple hundred people, if they just put their nose to the grindstone and made something like this and charged $50-$60 for it, and then charge very, very little for like maps and stuff like that, and DLC and other content, like $5 a la Payday 2 or something like that, they would make a fucking killing, and they would steal the players from all of these giants across the board. I am telling you right now. I know Arc Raiders is pretty good. I see people praising it. I see people saying give it a try. I mean, it just bores me. I don't really know what to say other than I have no real interest in it. I want to play this. I want to play MW3, but like 2026 with better visuals. Can I just get that? I'm out of time though, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.